The Jameson 80 Proof Prediction, New Hampshire edition. Sadly not brought to you by Jameson's Irish Whiskey, the official drink of the What the Hell Were You Thinking podcast. Every time we slur, you're hearing Jameson. Naturally, the big story coming in this week is the New Hampshire Primary, when the people of New Hampshire all climb out of their snow caves and syruping shacks and head down to the nearest building that is not a bed and breakfast run by a retired New York stockbroker or Bob Newhart. And sorry, I'm being told that was Vermont, and they will cast their vote for president. So much is riding on New Hampshire, namely the right to say that one candidate won New Hampshire heading into South Carolina, that there's blood in the water. Hillary and Bernie got into a knife fight outside Leon's Drinkin' Freeze in Nashua until they were separated by Bill and Chelsea. Their hard-fought tie in Iowa has made these two even more vicious, and Hillary is trailing Sanders badly due to the overwhelming number of incredibly white people in New Hampshire. I mean, shit, New Hampshire is so white, the Chinese restaurants are staffed by Canadians. All of whom are voting for Ted Cruz, by the way. On the Republican side, a shaken Donald Trump has taken to petulant tweeting Ted Cruz a vine of him slowly giving the finger. While Cruz is so unpopular in the state, they are stopping him at the border and asking for his Canadian passport.
Usually I don't think my brother's that much funny, but I gotta give him some credit for that one. That's a pretty good spoof.
A jubilant Rubio is so sure he will take a resounding third that he's handing out giant foam fingers with 3 fingers extended. Jab! And Christie are circling around Rubio like hyenas on a lion kill, waiting to dart in and drag off a gazelle leg, each pouring money into trying to take down the establishment's last best hope. Dr. Carson, fresh off a new change of clothes, is muttering something and may possibly be asleep. It doesn't matter, so long as his buddies continue to paid, he'll keep muttering. And of course, we mourn the loss of Huckabee, Paul, and Santorum. And most of all, the last time I can use that drop in the 2016 election.
Support for this podcast comes from Qualcomm Incorporated. As the world's leading wireless technology innovator, Qualcomm brought you 3G, 4G, and 5G, inventing many technologies inside the mobile devices you love. Get an inside look at 5G, a technology that can allow nearly everything and everyone to communicate and interact seamlessly on the Qualcomm Podcast. Dig into the inventions and opportunity of 5G and get a behind-the-scenes look at the future of wireless.
I think it's a privilege, a company like Qualcomm, that we work in telecom, we work in communications, and not only through this pandemic, which is a very difficult situation, but through our history, we have seen how much the technology we work on can actually change society and help.
If you love technology, you'll love the Qualcomm Podcast. Listen to the Qualcomm Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or SoundCloud.
Support for this podcast comes from Goldman Sachs. What do Goldman Sachs experts and leading thinkers have to say about trends shaping markets, industries, and the global economy? Stay informed with the latest insights from Goldman Sachs on the economic and market implications of COVID-19. Available on our podcasts at gs.com/COVID-19 or any of your favorite podcast platforms.
If you're ready, the What the Hell Were You Thinking podcast, Jameson's 80 Proof Prediction, calls New Hampshire on the Democrats for Bernie Sanders. Let's face it, you got that many liberal white people together in one place, you're going to be needing some back team for all that Bernie. On the Republican side, I'm sticking with Trump because never underestimate the stupidity of the American voter, and New Hampshire loses the shame factor in voting for a maniac. Rubio, however, lands a strong second on the strength of people really just hating Jeb and Christie. Cruz will take a distant third and possibly be escorted back to the Quebec border. Carson will have to head home for new undies. We admit that we did not do well in Iowa, but we were fairly drunk. And of course, we are also very drunk now, so take from that what you will. Call us Jamesons, or either, if you don't want to call us, sponsor us, or bribe us with free booze, and we'll stop doing this. We'll see all of you back here for the Jameson's 80 Proof Prediction come South Carolina.